this is Live from M5. I'm CJ Shafer, and today I'm interviewing
John Thompson, Activities Director here at Rocklin High School.
And Tyler Thompson.
Okay, and who are you guys to each other?
I am his son.
Okay, so for my first question, I want to ask, how is it like having each other at your school, like at each other's school?
I mean, I was always kind of used to it because I've been here forever. So, like, ever since I was, like, little, I would go on, like, the golf carts and stuff, and he was always there. So it wasn't really weird.
Yeah, it's actually very cool for me. It's an opportunity for me to see him not just before school and then, like, maybe in the evenings, that I get to see him periodically through the day if he needs, to pop into my office to grab a bite to eat or anything like that. But it's just nice to kind of see him and not have to go the entire day without having any interaction.
Do you guys think it's like made your relationship stronger, like seeing each other every day?
I mean, yeah, because since I go most of my day at school, and he's always there, I get to see him for like 6 hours a day. So probably, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's been really nice to be able to see him and not have that large gap of time where I don't get to interact with him. And also, we drive into school most of the time in the morning. He's got his own car and license now, so he's going to be doing a lot more of that on his own. But just that drive time in and that drive time home, we get to interact and really kind of bond a lot more.
And then this one's for Tyler. Do you feel that you get like treated differently by teachers because your dad's here?
Depends on the teacher, I think.
What about like by other students at school? Do you think they treat you differently?
Not really. I don't. A lot of them don't really know, I think. I mean, I remember one time freshman year, I was walking in the hallways and, like, someone screamed nepo baby at me. But that's it, really.
Okay.
The haters.
But you already said the advantages, but do you think there's disadvantages to having each other at school?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm, like, not paying attention and my dad has, like, direct contact with like every teacher I'm with, so.
Which has never happened, I'm had to say. I've never had one of his teachers give me any kind of a negative report or whatsoever. They're always very, very positive. But yeah, I think when he first got here, if we're being honest, I think I may have overstepped a little bit. Like sometimes I'll need to talk to him and I'll text him like at break or whatnot. If he didn't get back to me right away, I'm like, that's my son not getting back to me. What the heck? And so I had to kind of come to a little bit better of an understanding on giving him a little more space and letting him be a high school student without, Pops looking over his shoulder.
Well, I mean, there have been times this year where I've been in class and he's came in the classroom to tell me something. So.
Well, or come in the classroom to get my keys back because he borrowed my car in the morning and didn't give me my keys.
Yeah.
And is there any like boundaries you guys had to set like before you started coming to the school?
I don't really know. Was there?
Not necessarily a physical boundary between the two of us, but I mean, I had to kind of explain to him that, your dad works on the campus. I have a little bit of a public image in the campus because I do a lot of things that are very public. And in that, there's going to be, a small percentage of the kids on this campus that do not like me just because of who I am. There's going to be a small percentage that really do like me because of what I've been able to do. But the vast majority of them are just like, oh, yeah, whatever, that's Thompson. So I kind of had to let him know, going in, you might bump into people that yell nepo baby at you or that are just total haters or whatever, and you just have to kind of roll with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, like, I'm fine, though. Like, I don't think they...
And then, have you ever had a class with each other this year or, like, before?
Yeah.
You did ASB, right?
I did ASB my freshman year and sophomore year, but I'm not doing it this year, but I did have a class with him in there.
And, like, how do you think that was? Do you think that was, like, weird or just different?
It was great the first day when I put up a video of him when he was 5 driving the golf cart around the amphitheater and kind of exposed him, so that was fun.
Yeah. It wasn't that weird. I don't know. I was just kind of, like, used to it because I've seen an ASB class before, and I was, like, little, and it was just kind of, like, normal.
Yeah, he's pretty much grown up on the campus. I mean, I've brought him to float construction, dance decorating. He's been on this campus a lot, so I think when he stepped onto campus, it was something familiar to him.
And what do you think, like, the hardest part of having each other here has been?
I don't know. He's, like, he runs all the dances and stuff. Like he does like the rallies.
Mm-hmm.
And like I go to the rallies. Like I don't really go to a lot of the dances and stuff, so it's like hard. But I mean, my brother goes to all of it, and he's ASB, and like he did like the yelling stuff at the rallies, so that's good. But
Yeah, I think probably the hardest part was not necessarily even the dynamic of me being his dad, but my wife and I both have the same philosophy that you can't just go to school, do academics, and leave. We wanted him involved in something and connecting to something, finding a positive way to make a relationship with the campus outside of just academics. And so we pushed that, first 2 years, and he responded really well. We didn't make him do anything. He was out of his comfort zone, and so he decided, to join ASB, which is a good connecting point. And so he did that the first couple of years. I only really needed him to do it one, and he opted to do it a second, which was good. And now he's kind of finding his own groove. But I think that was probably the hardest thing for him to grasp. But again, it was more a household philosophy rather than me being a dad on campus.
And then how do you separate, like, being a parent and then being a teacher while you guys are here?
Truth be told, you never separate it. He's always my son. I always love him dearly. I always feel protective over him, but I also have high expectations. And so I think the hardest thing for me is to temper those expectations and check myself once in a while and go, would I have those same expectations of any one of my other students? And so, like I was kind of saying before, very early on, I had to make sure that I don't go out onto campus to seek him out unless I need my car keys, which he has, but to give him the freedom to still have his own space and to be a student rather than just Thompson's son.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't really see him like every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I only see him when I go into his office, like after school mostly, and like before school. So, I mean, it's, and the average school day is kind of like normal.
Do you think you feel like more pressure at school because he's here, or is it just kind of like normal to you now?
I did my freshman year, but I mean, I'm kind of used to it now.
Yeah. And then do you think other kids will act differently around you sometimes because he's here, or him and Parker are here?
I don't think that they act differently around me per se, but I have noticed a little bit that they act a little bit differently around him when I'm around. But the flip side of that, and you're a good evidence of that, I think their friends, Tyler and Parker, but Tyler specifically, likes to have people over to our house, and so we've hosted a lot of gatherings for them, so I've gotten to know a lot of his friends and have gotten pretty familiar with them so that I get to tease them on campus as if they were any other student, and that would happen with any other student, but they just happen to be friends of Tyler's, and that could be a source of a little bit of discomfort for him.
Yeah.
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 What's like the biggest misconception you guys think people have about teachers and parents at school together, or teachers and their kids at school together?
I think probably the biggest one is, and it's human nature, I think people are going to automatically think he gets special privileges and he gets a ton of it, and there's other than him being able to come to my office and get food or water, or there's a spot on campus that every other kid doesn't have where I've got food in my fridge and he gets to go to it. Other than that, there's really not many at all special privileges that he gets as my son, and I kind of try to make sure of that. I don't contact his teachers. I go to back to school night, but I don't reach out to his teachers. They usually typically reach out to me once they realize that he's my son. Yeah. But I really try to keep that separation and not give him nepo baby privileges.
I mean, the only advantage I really have is that I used to be a math teacher, so I got a lot of help on math. But I mean, other than that, not really. And
what do you guys think is like your most fun memory that you've had since you've been at high school or like together?
Ironically, most of my really fun memories with him are when he was younger, and we would get out of the house and come up onto the campus. And like I said, he got nepo baby privileges when he was little because we'd get the golf cart out and we'd drive around, and I taught him how to ride a bike up on the football field because it was softer if he fell. And so a lot of those memories are there. I would say probably the biggest memory for me was we do an ASB retreat. And so he and his brother were both with me on the ASB retreat. And when I'm on the retreat, I'm like loading logistics. I'm working like 24/7. And so there was a point where I had forgotten that they were even there because I was so involved with doing everything else. And then I just kind of saw him, and I was like, got just kind of little, hey, that's my boy right over there. He's with me.
Yeah. When I'm in high school, I mean, I didn't really have any memories like that. Just when I was younger, obviously, like I would go to like the rallies and like I would go to the basketball games, like since like what was it, like 2014, way up.
Yeah.
And, like, those were really fun. Like the rallies were really fun. Like the football games were also really fun there. I think it was a lot.
Probably why you're kind of over most stuff now.
Maybe,
I overexposed you early on.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, they seem, I don't know. A lot of people seem more excited back then than they were now. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm older. But those are really good times.
Do you think you're like less excited for those school events because you've gone to them for so many years, or is it just like?
I'm probably, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I've always just not been a very event person. I mean, my brother grew up kind of the same way as me going there, and he's excited for all of them and stuff. So it's like, you know, I don't know.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
it.
this. Thank you.
You're welcome.